Just a bleeding on, I know. Just a bleeding on, I know.
Peace, y'all. What it do, y'all? It's me, Nikki C, and I'm in the place to be. Y'all know what it is. Anyway, shit. It's been a minute. I decided that I was gonna do a live stream tonight. Got a few little topics I want to talk about. Outside of that, what's good with y'all? Tap in, tap in. There's been a lot going on lately, and I'm just sitting back observing everything as I always do. Y'all know what I do. I just sit back and watch the show. And we knew the show was going to be good. We already knew that. We knew that certain things were going to come to pass a while back. And that's just what it is. I'm waiting for my co-host, though, y'all. I'm trying to see if my co-host going to come in. I could have waited a little while longer without going live, but I was like, forget it. I'm going to go ahead and get it started and get the people coming in before we really get into the deep part of the conversation. So, I've been saying a lot is going on. I've been paying attention to the energies at hand. I think my computer is too close to me for some reason. I feel like it is. I feel like I got too much stuff on my table. I feel like, yeah. So it's just been a lot going on. I've been just observing everything. We've been going through a sequence of events going on for years and years and years, and there's still more things coming out of those same situations. And right now, I mean, there's no turning back. We got a lot of people, a lot of energy going on, and we're starting to be able to tell the wheat from the tare. We are being able to see it in real time. These people showing these different signs. So, I mean, all you can do at a time like this is know when to walk away, because if you don't, you end up in these different situations, which I see the outcomes of people not knowing that it's time to walk away from something. It's a difference between fighting for something that you know can work and you know that it's just a minor thing, but not just continuing on in these situations where you know it's toxic, but you just want to force something. And I know people like to force things, and that's what I know. It's just obvious. forcing yourself upon people and forcing because it's a narcissistic behavior. It's narcissism, and that's just a word for trying to make it be your way all the time. Like, and you can't have that. That's not normal. You're not going to have everything be your way. Life was made for us to take time to communicate with people and figure out the best way to do things that is going to work for both parties, not just one. So at that point, you ought to know that everything is not going to go your way. Now, I'm not asking people or saying people should deal with things in a way that they're just accepting a lot of shit. No, you shouldn't. If something is wrong, you need to speak up for it. You should speak up for things that are wrong. You shouldn't just, allow yourself to be in environments where you don't have no say in and you're just being bullied and all that. You can't do that. So it's a lot. It's a thin line. It's a thin line. Yeah, so that's one of the things I've been paying attention to because I see that it's a different deaths going on, and a lot of random ass killings, like people just killing people for nothing and shit, and just at the drop of a hat, pissed off about something that is probably minor, but they make it bigger than what it is because people feel entitled these days. And it's like I had a conversation with a guy at the AAA office. He was talking to me about how it is being in a relationship these days, or whatever. He was like, he's a younger guy, just talking, trying to sell me some insurance, but he ended up talking about his TikTok and stuff and how he's on TikTok and that in these relationships, these girls, not even just the girls, people basically don't want to call it quits. If you say that it ain't working with them, you want to break up with them, they tend to be like clingy and saying you mine and all this stuff, all this aggressive shit. And I'm like, what? You mean to tell me you can't break up with people no more? So 9 times out of 10, all these killings that people are doing are because of that, because they feel like you're their person and you can't leave them. That's scary to me. That's pretty scary. I think that you gotta know, you gotta do a Kenny Rogers on them. You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run, because you shouldn't have to be forced to be with somebody. And it was like the dude was explaining to me how it was just a difficult thing, and she didn't want him to date anybody even after they said they broke up, and she's on her own, he's on his own, and he was going to go out, and if he told her he was going out on the weekend and he couldn't get the kid, then she flipped out and like, oh, she can't keep the kid, he had to come get her. It was crazy. I was like, I don't think I can make it in no relationship these days. That's why it's important to get to know who you're dealing with. And people don't think that's important for some reason. They think it's okay to just love somebody for the wrong reasons, which is not love. a lustful reason because it was great in bed and you guys can connect that way, but then on other things you can't. So if that's the case, then you don't need to be in the relationship. To me, I don't feel like that is a good enough reason to be in a relationship because something you guys make each other feel good, but then when it comes down to all the other things, it's not. No, that is not going to work. But I guess it takes a time for a person to get to that level of thinking to where they know that this shit ain't going to work. Hi, who's that? I know. How you doing? So I think that if we had more people in an awakened state, it would be way better. Because right now, every time I turn on YouTube, there's another story of somebody else getting taken out. It's another story. All these sad stories of people I'm just so tired of these stories. I don't even want to see them no more. I got to get that shit off my timeline at this point. Because I'm tired of seeing somebody that left their kids behind because of something stupid. It's sad. Very, very sad. We've been busting out. I've been busting out with a lot of shorts lately. I think the shorts is where it's at. It's fun. Actually, it's fun. And I look forward to get responses and stuff like that from stuff. But I still don't get a lot of responses. Who? Where are you hearing this at? Where are you hearing this at? No. I think it has something to do with this food and our lifestyle. It's kind of hard to live a healthy lifestyle, and that's one of the things that I want to start focusing more on because it's really, a money thing. It's a money thing, though. Sorry to hear it say that, but I feel like sometimes it is. It's like to keep the money flowing and to keep getting money, but money is so not the important thing. Like if they make it to where it is, but really we shouldn't even have to be going through half of the things we're going through due to the fact about some money. We get did wrong because of money. We're still slaves because of money. There's a lot of shit going on surrounding this money. We do each other wrong because of money. Is this the root of all evil? Like the Bible says, it's the root of all evil. So the root of all evil is the root, the beginning of the cause of like of all the problems of evil. I already know. Yeah, I know that. Yep, I know that, and it's very sad. So I was just having a conversation with one of my cousins, and She was telling me how I inspired her to change her eating, which I'm not even doing at all myself. I do good some days and other days I don't. So it's all about an alkaline diet, like you said, and making sure that you're eating live food and no meat. Really, the meat got to go because that's the problem. That is the real issue. So I do a lot of beans and stuff like that. That's a good source of protein, peanut butter, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's hard to stop eating meat. And I'm not even talking about no serious beef or anything. I'm just saying like the chicken and the stuff that we like to eat. And I eat a lot of fish around here. I'm doing my best, but I do need to get more activities going on. Like, so we're talking about doing a Pilates class. I don't know how I'm going to make it through that class, but I just need to start. I need it to be a beginning to, yeah, I need it to be a beginning to whatever I'm going to do. So I told her that we need to do, I don't care what we do, we need to do something this weekend coming up. I was supposed to be participating in a retreat this weekend, but due to all my other things going on, I'm not going to be able to participate in that. So I'll be able to like at least do a walk or whatever we're gonna do. Me and my cousin this weekend on Sunday or something. Well, not Sunday, maybe Saturday. Well, yeah. So I got things to do on Sunday too. Well, I'm gonna find the time. That's basically what I'm getting to. I want to find that time to do that. No, did you see my spiritual awakening greens I put on the shorts? Yeah, look on my shorts. Make sure you like and subscribe too. Please. Trying to get my subscribers counts up. I don't know if you are. I think I've seen you before. You said you're from the UK. I have some people out there in the UK. Oh, you are? Thank you. That's how you knew you saw the notification, huh? So today was a self-care day for me. And the thing that I wanted to do today was for myself was to get some sleep, take a bath, and I was supposed to do my feet, but I didn't get to the feet part, but I did. I changed that up and did a facial, so I got most of it done. And now I'm doing these nails. I might just have to go let them ladies do my feet. I really need a real manicure and a pedicure. I'll probably go tomorrow. We're going to get into the thick of the conversation as soon as my co-host gets here, y'all. We got some things to discuss. I'm just shooting the breeze for now. Oh, he's here. Hey. I'm cammed up tonight, trying something different. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing self-care days. Forget this. I need to care about me and love me more in order to receive the love that I need to come to me. So that is a way. However you treat yourself is how you treat others. So when you see people lashing out at you and doing all this stuff, that means that they feel that same way about them. When they want to treat you bad, you know, and blaming and all this shit that they do. I'll be like, you know what? I see through your bullshit right now. I see through your game. And I'm not going to let you badger me or hurt me anymore. Not no more. And you can still forgive the people, but you don't have to put yourself in those environments anymore. And it's simple. Take yourself out of the environment because the person is not about to change. They're going to keep finding ways to create narratives to make you look bad because the whole goal is to take your energy. They are surviving off your energy, period. And when you can see that through that shit, you will not continue to be a part of that shit. There's no way that a person should have to sustain their life off your life force energy, which I know that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. They are sustaining themselves off of your life force energy because you have that light that's shining. For some reason, they feel a way about themselves. They don't have the confidence that they try to pretend to have. They don't, they just don't have it. And what they do is they keep themselves going off of you. And a few other people. It don't just be you. It be you and a few other people that they continue to keep the narrative going with because they feel inadequate otherwise. They feel inadequate otherwise. So at that point, they rely on you. So they find ways to engage you, keep talking to you, keep going with you, and keep needing you. And they are not reciprocal. They don't reciprocate anything. The goal is to just keep taking from you. And what do you do at that point? And we got a lot of loving people that get abused this way because they have all this love they want to give to these people and then they can treat them wrong. And when you don't know, you just keep trying and trying and trying. And that's that force shit I've been talking about. Because they are trying to force you to keep staying and you're trying to force yourself to make it work. And really, the truth is, it's never going to work. Because it's a toxic situation. And the reason why they're narcissists is because they're not trying to find any change. They're not trying to make a change. They think that everything that they're doing is the right way. Because why? Because they said so. Everything is correct the way they're moving and doing things. And you are the wrong party. You're the person that's doing them wrong. You did this to them. And they play the victim every time. Girl, bye. Oh, you. Mm, okay, so yeah, that's what's going on. So I want to tell y'all this week, actually this weekend, I've been decorating my little spot. So I had some pictures that I wanted up on the wall, and one of the pictures was of Nipsey Hussle. I had made a short when I put it up on the wall. I made a short and I put the music as the background music or whatever. And the picture kept jumping off the wall. It jumped off the wall twice, but it was because the command strips were not applied the correct way. Great light. So who is that? And you got a wrench? Somebody changed their name. Anyway, so after I found out that the command strips weren't applied right, we applied them again. I left the shop. I left the picture in my chair, and I got home and did whatever I did. And then I went back the next day, and the manager put the picture back up for me, thinking she was doing me a favor. And this damn picture was on the floor, cracked up, broke glass, everything. I'm like, well, the first two times the glass didn't break. It didn't crack or anything. This time I got back, it was like somebody came in there and just threw it on the floor and cracked it. I gotta see who the hell this is, y'all, because I'm confused. Who the hell name is that? That's Yahweh. Sound on Yahweh. That's what I was gonna say once I thought about it. You the only one say great light. What's up, son on Yahweh? What's good? Oh, okay. So that is what's going on. Anyway, so the thing I'm saying is I couldn't believe that this picture was broke. But there's a lot of energy going on, and we're gonna get into that as soon as Aaron get up here. So no, you say, do you think it's something on the wall behind the painting? I think that the command strips didn't work, but then I found out some information later on when I got home. I don't think that there was anything hidden, but it could be some stuff going on. And the streets are saying that it is something going on, but that's yet to be seen. How you been doing, Yahweh? I was supposed to do a live the other night with the author um, Travis Donegan. I think I'm saying it correctly. He is the author of a book called, let me make sure I say this right. Unconsciously Consciously. And you know what? That book is such a eye opener, and it's related to, relative to my own life. So I'm like, oh my God, it's so it's parallel actually to my own encounters so far, but I still got more to listen to. Yep, I'm the great light of the Father too, the Most High Father and Mother, because it can't be no father without a mother, and that's one of the things that people don't want to acknowledge. They want to act like it's just a father. How is that? As above, so below. Okay, good, Aaron, because we got to get into this. Yep. So they saying that the food stamps is back on, y'all. They gave the people their food stamps, which a lot of these things that are done to the people is because they need the people's energy, y'all. They need the people's energy. They want the people to be in an uproar and all this stuff, giving their energy to it so that they can feed whatever they feeding over there. So let's keep that 100 too. It's not all about the food stamps or the money that they give to the people. They want to cause problems. They want these people to be in the streets fighting so they can go ahead and incite martial law. That's what I think. But, it is what it is. No, I didn't say you left nothing out. I was just saying that people do. People do. Not you. Not you, Yahweh. Yep, to harvest fear. Yeah, that's exactly what they do. They harvest fear. They tried to do it with that storm. I don't know if it worked for them, but they did. It's a lot of damage done in Jamaica too. I really don't know how bad it is, but it's bad. There's some people that I can reach, and some I can't. So I just hope that the people that I didn't talk to yet or whatever, I hope that they're okay. Because I know in some areas they didn't have, they weren't able to get the internet and stuff back yet. I don't think. Whatever the case, it's sad. It's real sad, y'all. So, all we can do is do our best and stay in our energy, stay in the energy that we know is the highest of the highest good for us. And that's what I've been doing. I've been working on it and working on it. It's just better when I feel like I have a co-host sometimes because that's what I plan to do. And if I didn't plan that I would probably have a whole lot to say. But my plan was to have the co-host up. So I don't know. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, but I'm not in the whole mood to just keep coming up with something because I have a topic. Y'all know how that goes when you have a topic, right? That you want to discuss, and then you've already planned it. A lot of times I do come up here and freestyle. I do freestyle, but I'm not in the freestyling mood tonight. I think I freestyled for about 38 minutes. Yeah, I did that already. Mm-mm. I know y'all seen that vegan jelly short that Knowledge did. He brought the vegan jelly to life. Like it's over with. Only thing is, it's blue. I'm like, dude, I don't think I can eat that. I don't think I can eat the vegan jelly. That's doing too much. That is doing too much. It is blue. On my French fries, I don't think so. If it was another color, probably I would probably be able to do it, but I don't know. That blue, it look a little suspect. Looking a little suspect, buddy. Oh, and the other one that he made with the squid, that was so funny. That was really, really funny. Yeah. So I'm just still working on my music. I got more and more songs coming out. I hope you guys are enjoying the ones that are posted on Knowledge Uprising. His channel. He did a release last week called We Manifest. That's like a really, really good song that I really worked hard on. So I think that you guys should listen to it. That's a good one. And I'm just getting a lot of good feedback on all the songs because I'm letting other people hear them outside of YouTube. I'm sending the playlist to different people, and they are really, really giving me some good feedback. I just be coming from my heart. I come from my heart, and I can't just go in there because somebody asked me to make a song for them, but it don't work like that for me. It gotta be something that's heavy on me, and I just work on it for days and days at a time until I like what I got, and then I move forward on a project. But for me to this, I haven't tried it like that. It's all come from my heart the whole time because it's a way for me to heal for real, like from different things. My writing has always been healing, not even just the songs and all that. It's just been me being able to journal or whatever I do. It's always been healing. So I don't know. I'm not a. I don't write jingles. Oh, I know who I haven't seen, but they probably sleep though. It's late. This is a late night live. That's why sometimes I like to go live earlier. But today I was I was up for it because I took me a long nap today. I took a long little, good little rest. That was what today was. It was self care day. I'm just trying to get somebody else to come up in here with me. Y'all, bear with me. Bear with me. So a lot of good things are happening. A lot of doors are opening. A lot of doors are closing. And everything is for the highest good. Everything at this point should be for the highest good. Your highest good at this moment in time. If you're on a spiritual path, it should be you surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals. It should be you walking through these doors that you have been preparing yourself to walk through. All these things of abundance should be coming upon you because you did the work. And I'm speaking from a space of experience. And that's what it means to get rid of all these people that are not going with you. These narcissistic people that we just discussed, all these people who want to run narratives. We're not running narratives. We're not working off of narratives. We're walking in truth. And when you are walking in the truth, nothing can come up against you. You understand what I'm saying? When you walk in the truth and you live by the truth and everything you're doing is the truth, then you shouldn't have any issues. You shouldn't have to have any arguments with anyone because should be in alignment at that time. And all those appointed people should be walking in your life right now. The right people. And when I brought up the part about me and my self-care day, that is me having to show myself a little bit more love because it's not all the time about work. It's about taking care of yourself, making sure you're okay, and then you can fight another day to make things happen. But you don't need to bog yourself down with all the other stuff, the drama, the anything that is going to cause you to get away from what you're supposed to be doing. So that's what I'm on at this moment in my life. And I've been on that, but you have to go through the phases of life where, you have to come to a self realization of what was really happening. You really been knowing this shit was happening, but we want to be in denial a lot. It's disappointing. It is very disappointing because you spend a long time with these people. They've been in your life for the longest time, but it be coming to the time where you have to let them go because they're not transitioning. They're stuck. They're stagnant. They're in loops. That's what we've been talking about a lot of loops, narrative running, and I had another one last week. What was I saying? Illusions. And then, people don't like you to speak your truth though. They get mad when you start using these type of words. But it's the truth. It is. I've been using illusions though. I wouldn't give a F. I've been using that word. But I can call it a vain imagination. It's vain imaginations. That's what it really is. And that's biblical. Oh, you made it. Oh, you made it finally.
What how you doing? Yeah, I was just wrapping up a phone call, that's all.
I know, but I'll be running out of shit to say. I'll be like, oh shit, I'm gonna have a silent moment. Trying not to do that, but
Yeah, you could recite the alphabet.
nah.
Yeah, it's a lot going on right now out there. You know that shoot. Yeah, man,
See, I
that book.
just,
Hmm?
I just said a vain imagination is something that people like to create. That's what they like to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's just things that people are into today, it's some really we living in some strange times.
So
To put it that way.
let me say what a vain imagination is. A vain imagination. Let me do this. A vain imagination. Vain imaginations are useless, baseless, or untrue thoughts and fantasies that can lead to emotional turmoil and distract from reality. They involve creating mental scenarios or beliefs that have no factual basis, often fueled by pride, fear, or envy. The term is frequently used in a spiritual or religious context, particularly Christianity, to describe thoughts that are contrary to the knowledge of God and must be cast down or brought under control. So the word vain means useless or untrue, um, useless or empty. So imaginations are thoughts without no real value or factual reality. So basically, it's the same thing as an illusion to me.
That sounds about right. Mm. Basically, like almost pretty much like a real version of say, ready for this AI.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we've been really kind of preparing that for a long time, anyways. Like people saying that living in the matrix and stuff. I wonder if that couldn't be too far from the truth.
Yeah, that shit is the Matrix. Everything. We are like sad, but true. So we can get into the conversation that we came up here to get into.
Most
As y'all
definitely.
know, as y'all know, me and Aaron Collins, we kind of like we both live in California. We both know a lot about the culture here in California, and we know a lot about the streets. That's what things that are going on in the streets out here. And I always call him and talk to him about some of the stuff, and we kind of collaborate on what we talk about. So the thing we want to speak about is the fact that Big U, the one that was, what was he to Nipsey Hussle? His manager?
Yeah, he was Nipsey's manager.
He was Nipsey Hussle's manager. And um, in the minute, in
He was
the
a
midst,
prominent leader.
go ahead.
He
You
was a
said,
prominent leader in the Rolling 60s.
yeah, the Rolling 60s is a gang here in California that is a pretty big gang. And he was the leader, supposedly the leader. Basically, it has been thought that he had something to do with Nipsey's demise. Everybody thought that maybe he had something to do with it. There's a few different scenarios out here, but that's one of the scenarios. Um, Not that long before, I don't know when Fats died. When did Fats get killed? You remember?
The name Fat sounds kind of familiar. I'm not real familiar with him though.
That's one of the homies that used to work in the marathon store that's on Slauson. He the one sold me my stuff.
Okay.
When I went in there to buy all my little marathon gear, my Crenshaw stuff, he the one who was helping me get my stuff. So he's the one that he passed away, but they said that he put Big U on his pockets. So a few weeks before he passed away, him and Big U got into it. They had a fight,
Mm-hmm.
and he put Big U on his pockets. And then about 3 weeks to a month later, they pulled up on him at a smoke shop. The same thing. Told him to come outside. They had something for him. When he got out there, he got blown away.
It's like that's the way of the street. But you know that whole way they doing that. It sounds very familiar because if I'm not mistaken, that's how one of the founders of the Crips got lost his life. I'm talking about Raymond Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Raymond Washington was also unalive like that. But the thing with as far as Big U is concerned, and like I said, I'm not glorifying what happened to his son, and I wish that didn't happen to him. But the Bible says that the sins of the fathers going to affect the children. And if I'm not mistaken, his sons also pretty much messed around in the street too and did their dirt. I'm not
Okay.
sure to what extent, but apparently somebody knew his son. I think his name was what, Baby U, they called him.
Baby Huey. Lil
Yeah.
Huey or Baby Huey. The thing is that we had these conversations before. We talked about the Big U situation, and the only thing that we kept saying was that he had an opportunity to change his life. He didn't have to keep going with this narrative. And this is the same shit that I just talked about, a vain imagination. Why did
Mm-hmm.
he keep running the narrative? He had his sons that were looking at him, and one of them is playing football, but the other one seemed like he was in the street.
I think he had three sons and a daughter.
Okay, I don't know about that. Yeah, he probably got some more kids, but I'm talking about these two sons, these particular two sons that we all know about that are in the media. The one that plays football is in the media, and now this one is in the media. And the man
Mm-hmm.
lost his life because he was following in the footsteps of someone he was looking up to. I don't know what he was out there doing, but he was out there in the hood.
Right. And
He
you
wasn't
know,
at school nowhere. He wasn't somewhere at a job nowhere. He wasn't running a company nowhere. He was out there in the hood.
yep. And they say that he got unalive in front of a smoke shop. And someone called him to a car and get this. From what I understand, the suspect was driving around in a white Tesla. So it's like I saw like on another podcast made a real good point. It's like now when they doing their dirt, they didn't even step up the way they do dirt. Now they're driving high end cars. It used to be if you're gonna do something like that, you drove like a hoopty or a burner car, a car that you could easily get rid of. You know,
Mm-hmm.
now they rolling in Teslas and stuff to do dirt. Are you serious? I mean, what the hell? Because a Tesla is not exactly a car that you see in the hood. I'm not saying that folks in the hood don't have Teslas because I think they are gotten cheaper now, so they come in a dime a dozen. But get what I'm saying? That's just not your typical hood type of car. If you're gonna see a car in the hood, it's gonna either be an old school that's fixed up or something with some rims on it. That's the most. That's the most you might see. But a Tesla, come on, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense what you're saying. Cause I already know they wouldn't never ride around in nothing like that. They'd get a hoopty.
Yeah, exactly. There's something that they could easily burn up or something like that, not have no plates on it, probably not even have no tags on it. It's basically like like you have a burner phone or a burner gun. That's basically a burner car. And then piggybacking off what you just said earlier, it was real key too. You said something that he had
Oh
hmm?
no, no, I didn't mean to cut you off. No said, you know what? Most likely the Tesla recorded the whole thing.
Yeah,
It,
because I think these cars do have the devices and stuff too. Now, yeah.
they got that capability to film everything.
hmm
I think all the cars be filming shit.
but a lot of these dudes in the hood are so stupid. They think they reinventing the gun or reinventing the wheel rather, and they really ain't. They think they so smart and get themselves caught up and then wonder how they got locked up. What happened? You told off on yourself. And these dudes, the streets be talking. Don't believe the hype that we don't talk to the police. Yeah, y'all talking. Don't you ain't got me fooled. Y'all talking. Shoot, I mean, you better ask Yella Beezy in Dallas. Yella Beezy, one of his homeboys, is the one who snitched on him about the Big Mo unaliving. I mean, not Big Mo, Mo 3. The streets be talking. Yeah, they talk all right. But I was saying though, what you were saying earlier that he had an opportunity to do better and didn't. Yeah. Who else do we know that fits that same exact mode? You know who?
Who?
Suge Knight.
Oh yeah, Suge Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Suge, I don't. You know what? I don't even. I don't think that Suge was really trying to hurt that man, murder that man. That Suge was pushed against the wall. He thought they was gonna kill him.
Yeah, Suge wasn't trying to.
But
I know he's talking about Terry Carter. Yeah, he wasn't trying to, but
the
the thing
problem,
is,
he was not supposed to be there. They told his ass don't come up there. And because he was Suge, his pride didn't let him stay away. He wanted to be around.
mm-hmm. And like with Terry, Terry was a mutual friend of both Suge and I think was it who was he friends with? I think he was cool with Bone too. Bone is the other dude that he ran over. I know Bone, but he accidentally even and I believe it was an accident. But see, the thing is with Suge, Suge had done so much dirt. I think they were just like, look, we tired of this dude, man. Let's just put this dude away because he doing too much. He is doing the most, and they just got tired. But back to Big U. Big U done a whole lot of stuff. He done bullied people. And the thing with Big U, one thing I can say, at least Suge didn't have himself on camera. I've seen some old footage of Big U on camera bragging and stuff about what they done done and how he done and extorted somebody and all that. I mean,
Yeah, I seen
and
that.
yeah, and laughing about it.
Yeah, he thought all that shit was funny. But see, what's happening now, y'all, is that all the dirt that people do and the evil deeds that people do
Hmm.
is turning it back around on their ass.
Next thing you know, he's part of a federal indictment. They rounded up him, Brick Baby, Loose Cannon, and a few others.
Is Luke Cannon still in jail? I thought he got out.
Well, I don't know, did he?
How did he sit up here and say they got him saying something to give him Big U some condolences to his son? I don't know what's going on. I don't know who's where because I don't
Yeah,
really
I
keep
think.
people.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he probably. I figured he said that to him while he was in there with him.
I didn't look at the video because I got tired of hearing about it. I didn't want to hear no more. Sad that this little young man
Hmm.
had to lose his life due to
Yeah,
some.
it is.
He ain't even probably did shit.
But the fact that he was affiliated, that's enough according to the streets. And from listening to some of these other podcasts, they saying that the streets of LA about to go to war and all that stuff. I mean,
And that's why the National Guard's getting ready to be right over there.
hmm.
They just ain't gonna leave well enough alone. So that's what's gonna happen. And hope everybody ready. I'll be right back.
All right. What's going on with everyone in the chat? Hope y'all doing well tonight. It's a late night. Now we doing our thing. We doing our thug thizzle. Me and Nikki been rocking since rocks been rocks. But we just out here. We're just doing our thing, talking about the hood stuff. We talk about good stuff, and we also talk about hood stuff. Now we try to keep everyone informed. And if it's something that makes sense to talk about, something that's that we
It's a,
connected to.
yeah, and
I'll
it's
be back.
affecting the community. I'm back.
Yeah.
So
And I get it. And I get it. A lot of people may not be affiliated with the streets. I mean, me and Nikki, we're not necessarily affiliated with the streets either, but we know street stuff and we know street people. You know.
everybody knows somebody from the down street.
Hmm. And if it's something that piques my interest, I'm gonna talk about it.
It piqued my interest, but the reason why we want to talk about it is to basically just say, give an example of what we were just talking about of pride and stuff like that. A lot of these people end up in these situations because of envy, pride, and all these same seven deadly sins that we've been discussing over a few months now. Now you really get to see a lot of it, even more, especially when you can recognize it and you get to see the seriousness of it right in real time, man.
Yep. Yep. But some people, like you said, think and I think the thing is, a lot of these guys, these real guys, we listening to the fantasy world of hip hop. And what I mean by that, in the lyrics, these artists talk about how invincible they are and stuff, and not realizing those are just lyrics. These guys are in the studio recording lyrics. Are they really about that in real life? I highly doubt it. Now, some of them, don't get me wrong, some of them did live out the lyrics that they rapped about, and many of them are no longer here with us anymore. But a lot of these guys who claim to be about that life really are not with the life. They're not they ain't with the shits like that.
Facts. Cause tell the truth, who you know that's really gonna be really about that life, gonna really be having time to write on some lyrics
I
and to
can't
be
think
in
of nobody.
studios and be in studios. The people that end up in the studios are not the real people behind the lyrics. They just the person that's spitting the lyrics because they can do that. They are smart enough to do that, and they have
Hmm.
time for it.
And then the sad thing about it is that rap today, I'm sorry to say this, but the lines are really blurred between the street and the studio because, like I said before, folks is really being unalive for it. And it's like, I mean, if you think about it, like maybe 20, 30 years ago, even at the height of the whole East Coast, West Coast situation, even Big and Pac didn't even diss each other's ops. Now today's music, you got folks pissing on the ops grave sites at the actual grave site of the person that passed away. I'm like, how? I mean, the disrespect levels is at a real all time high. You
We
mean
got
you
a new
go
type
to?
of demon.
Hmm?
So we got a new type of demon now. It's a whole different kind of ball game.
Well, you know what they say, demon time. That's what these niggas is on, demon time. These folks is on demon time for real. Talk about smoking packs and all that. I'm like, what?
Smoking packs. What?
You
What is
never
that?
heard that return? They talking about, well, we gonna smoke a so and so pack, and they say the person's name. Yeah, you never heard that? It actually came from this cat named Tuka from Chicago who got lost his life, and they came up with the term smoking a Tuka pack. So a pack is the name of the dead op.
Um.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But yeah, demon time is real. I mean, actually, demon time has been around since the dawn of time, but it's just got a name for it now. But really, all this stuff that's
People are
happening
allowing
from
these demons in them, though, too. It ain't just that; it's the fact that people are allowing those demons in,
yeah, they
and
are.
they are hosts for the demons. That's
Yeah,
what we got to recognize and realize. They have allowed something else to take over them.
yeah,
But people want
absolutely
to act
right.
like this ain't what really happening, but it is.
But you know what, Nikki? At the same time, we really shouldn't be surprised because, it was prophesied that these types of times was happening. Because see, the devil, he's becoming more and more bolder. He's literally telling you who he is. See, that's one thing about a snake. It used to be a snake could come up to you and deceive you and tell you all this stuff at the same while at the same time hypnotizing you, getting you. But now the snake today is literally coming up to you and telling you, "Hey, I'm a snake. I'm gonna bite your ass." It's that simple, and you still get caught up.
So to me, what's happening is we have choices, and that's what even the Bible says we have a choice, and we have a choice to pick a side. So these people are willingly giving themselves over to these energies and allowing them to use their body as a host, like I was just saying. And it is literally that's all it is. It ain't no devil. It ain't no devil walking around taking over nobody. People are taking a choice to take that side of them and let that be the dominant side. And that's really
Well,
it.
well, for me, I do believe that I do believe that there's spiritual warfare, and I do believe that there's demonic spirits out there too.
And they get to take over these people just as well as God gets to dwell within us. It's the same thing. It's up to the person.
But that's why as I mean, if the enemy is making himself known, the children of God, we need to also make ourselves known, and that's why prayer is key.
Anyway, it's a lot going on, and I just feel like these people chose these paths, so that's why they're. This is what's going on,
Hmm.
and son didn't have to
My condolences to the
die.
Henry family and I even send condolences to Big U. I hope he can be comforted in this time. You know, I'm not a heartless person. I do have compassion, and I'm not necessarily saying that Baby U even deserved it. I don't know. Maybe he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and someone probably was following him who knew him, and maybe that's what happened. And from what I understand, I think about two more people also even got shot right after that. I think it was maybe some retaliation. If I'm not mistaken, that area that happened in was the Hoovers.
That's what they saying. But then I saw another video up talking about this. It didn't happen, or it wasn't over here, or whatever. I was like, I don't even know.
Well, I know that area of Fig that they're talking about, and it's pretty. It's active over there. It is active. I know that area.
I heard somebody say he was on the end closer to his hop, closer to his head. But I don't see how because Crenshaw far away from, pretty far away from Figueroa.
Yeah, it's far enough, man. He was over there at 69th, though. I think that's like over there where he was. That's the east side.
You're still the east side.
Yeah, so the east side ain't nowhere near Crenshaw.
You ain't near your head over there.
Mm-mm.
like being on Figueroa. I do not. I will not go to nothing on Figueroa.
Yeah, I
I,
know that area pretty well. That area, that's the area over there by near Figueroa, Manchester. I think Slauson kind of run up in there too.
you can run,
But
yeah,
Manchester,
all of them across it. Manchester, Century, Imperial, everything across Figueroa.
mm-hmm. Vermont.
Yeah. No,
Well, no, wait.
Vermont
Vermont and
runs the
Figueroa run
same
the
way.
same
It
direction.
runs the
Yeah,
same way.
they run the same way.
But you have Manchester,
Mm-hmm.
you have Imperial, you have Century, you have El Segundo, you got all those streets that cross it this way, and then you got when you go above Manchester, what's the other street? Gage,
Gage,
all
and I
that,
think
Slauson,
Hoover over there too.
Hoover, all that stuff, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we also know what else goes there too. That's where the stroll is.
Yeah, that's the weird part.
Mm-hmm. The girls out there. But the thing is that that young man didn't have to lose his life like that on Halloween night, but unfortunately he did.
That's the nice day we want to drip. Like they want to do this stuff on Halloween. That's why I don't even want to be outside. Trip beat this. We went to get us we went to get us a burger on Halloween. And I was like, damn, I don't really want to be out here. I was almost finna tell my son, let's go back home. It's dark outside and we don't know what these people doing. And then the GPS took us a whole nother way that we didn't really know. So I was like, see, we somewhere we don't even know on Halloween. I was like, I already know. I was probably feeling that way, and because what was really finna happen. I don't even know
Hmm.
what time that happened, but
You gotta use wisdom when doing some of these things. You know,
mm,
don't be all Brody and stuff like that, and acting like, oh, I can do it. I can go where I want to go. You know what? I'm like this. Yeah, I guess technically you can go where you want to go, but there's consequences.
yeah, you could run up and on something out there. Shit, you never
Hmm.
know. Shit, I watched The Purge. I seen what was going on.
Hmm.
The Purge was off the chain.
Yeah, I think I saw it too.
Yeah,
It's
that.
like it's basically like this, right? The whole freedom of speech. Yeah, you got a freedom of speech, but what you say, understand this. It's gonna be some get back according to what you say. Know
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I
it
saw this
is.
shirt long time ago when I was a youngster. Ice-T had this shirt. And he was from the rapper Ice-T was promoting one of his albums, and it's this cartoon drawing of this cat with a shotgun in his mouth, and you had a caption that said "Freedom of speech. Just watch what you say." I'm like, even back then, I understood the concept of what that meant. Yeah, you can say what you want to say, but just because you can say it, does that mean you need to?
And then
And
the other
then
dude, did you see that video where the other dude was just saying that the ghost of Nipsey was alive and well?
no, I didn't see that. I think you told me about it though.
Yeah, he talking about it's the ghost of Nipsey, and he the one brought up the fat stuff and about fats. I think that's that dude name. I don't even know what's it the dude. I think it's Fats, but he called him. He said another name.
I think. I think some people they talk, they want to sound intelligent and philosophical, and really, it's like that don't even make sense. I mean, like let that man rest. His ghost, really. But you say he was on YouTube?
Yeah, he on YouTube.
Yeah, that sounds like a clickbait type of video to me. I mean, I'll probably watch it though, just so I can get some see what he's talking about.
No, he had the facts about the other stuff that went on. I mean, with the fighting about what's up, knowledge about when the dude had to fight with Big U. He was just showing how they operate. Big U got beat up or whatever, got put on his pockets, and then the dude was dead the next week. Every time somebody went against Big U, they end up fucking dead.
Yeah,
Even
just like
the
old boy.
that was in the grave, and not even that was found in the desert. The
Yeah, in
little boy
Vegas.
was against Big
Mhm.
U, and he was dead.
Yep.
So that's
Yeah.
all the man was saying. I think he was just saying now, some things happening that might not be too favorable for this dude because he did all this stuff.
Okay, well that makes sense then. If he said it like that, yeah, that does make sense. Just like basically he's trying to save face, and it's real parallel, but it's basically the whole thing sounds exactly like what happened with Suge. Matter of fact, Big U even said this, and I think you heard him when he said it. He said that if he was out of prison during that time, death row would not have been popular. It wouldn't have been dominant.
It wouldn't have been Pat Death Row. Basically,
Yeah.
he wouldn't have let Suge get away with all that.
So I'm like, okay, that would have been interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
And who's to know? Maybe he's right. I don't know. Because if I'm not mistaken, because he used to have a label called Unique Music, and he used to manage Corrupt also. You know that, right?
No.
Yeah, he used to manage Corrupt. But Corrupt wound up going to Death Row and joining the Dog Pound with Daz and Snoop.
All I know is Suge is not as hard as everybody think he is. Suge got the police on his side. So at the end of the day, he not everything that everybody thought he was.
Well, Bone proved that.
Who?
Bone. He was in the movie Training Day, but he
Oh.
also represents the hood too. Bone from Athens Park. He
Oh.
also from the jungles. Bone was a real one.
This headache coming again. This headache won't stop. He said the Masonic Enforcement Bureau. Wow. At 11:11, he said that. It's 11
Mm-hmm.
on the timer, y'all.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I'm about to get up out of here. I just wanted to come up here for a little while and talk, but I'm starting to get my head to starting hurting, and I need to relax and get out these lights.
All right, but I think we did our thug vessel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
We
did
did
our
our
thing.
thing. We did our thing.
That's what we did. We talked about what we talked about, and we also talked about spiritual things as well and how
That's
it
what.
correlates.
Yep, and it correlates, and we did that.
Hmm.
So,
And
y'all.
we and we had a nice, decent panto.
without no interruptions. How
Mm-hmm.
about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm about to get my butt back in bed. I did take me a good nap earlier though too.
That's good.
And I gotta do some work tomorrow, so I gotta give me some rest again. Thank you for coming. No, we enjoyed you in the chat as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
All
finish
right,
that one in the chat.
y'all know
Appreciate
what
y'all coming.
y'all know what I want y'all to do. I want Aaron Collins to give me some of those cookies, and I want y'all to love yourself, know yourself, be true to yourself, and stay fly. And always living your truth. And I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.
Holla.
I hear voices in the rain calling out my name. They say get out, but I'm deep in the game. I got blood on my Nikes, tears in my chain. And I pray for peace, but I'm stuck in pain. Voices in my head, I can't tell who to trust. Had a homie turn fed, made the whole block hush. Mama said pray, I was loading a clip. Devil at the door, God ain't answering shit. Too many funerals, I lost count. Got used to losing, so I don't even pout. Tryna ball, but the rim got bent. They love me fake, but the hate feel legit.